Welcome back to the Forensics Detailing channel. I've bought something. It's an unboxing style video and I'm experimenting. This could go horribly wrong. That's the thrill of live TV. Live TV. I'm talking a lot of jibber jabber. Quit your jibber jabber. Right, what is this? Now I quizzed a lot of my patrons to ask them if there's any good storage solutions out there for chemicals. And what I was looking for was 5-litre jerry cans with high quality spigots. Spigot is like the tap. And be careful with that knife, I put a hole in it before I've even opened it. And through lots of searching, there's a German company, what they called, Burkle, B-U-R-K-L-E, Burkle. Sell, look at these, as soon as I've opened it I know it's good. So it's thick, it has a scale on it which you probably can't see unless I get the focus. You can just see the lines there, can't you? It has a top fill thing here. I'm just working this out as I go. This looks like a seal for the lower 3/4 inch thread on it, which is where the spigot goes. So let's do all this live. And I'm using they have two types of spigot. I'm using the Burkle compact spigot. Now, I assume that seal, this feels, look at this tap, it feels really good. Let's go over here. Non-Mickey Mouse, which is what we want. Now the bad news is these 5-litre containers with the spigots are not cheap, they're about 30 quid. Now you can find loads of containers for 5 litres, but they'll be water containers. This is a chemical container, and I think it's HDPE, high density polyethylene acrylic. Don't know what the E is. Sorry, someone's going to bite my head off. Plastic, basically, high density plastic, so that it's not going to, you know, surfactants and chemicals can degrade plastics. You know, if they're sitting there in here for years, so your containers have got to be thick, you know, and resistant to all that sort of stuff. And you don't want some cheap spigot that's going to drip, because if it does leak, you know, by the time you notice it, it could be weeks, and then you've lost 5 litres of lovely concentrated surfactant all over your garage floor. Good luck trying to mop that up if it's a concentrate. So what I'm doing is really tightening this. That spigot feels good. Oh, okay, so it's got a full 180 turn on it from there all the way there, and it's where it stops. So that's going to be open, that's going to be closed. And we don't want any leakage on this. So that's pretty damn tight. Now, what I'm going to do is I want to use this with touchless. And why do I want to use this? I want my pre-wash. I'm so sick of dosing out pre-wash and then going to fill it up with water and then realising I should have put the water in first, because then the chemicals won't be a froth bath and all that. I just want to be able to dose it out in my garage. And I want to save space. So that's another thing. Let's move this over here. Let's have a look, see how this fits in my budget. Oh, look at that, it's perfect. It's absolutely perfect. It even sits, I could look at that, no, it just sits in the perfect place. So I don't even have to move these away from the wall. Can you see that? So I could have 2 of these. Let me get my other one out. Hold on a second. Oh, we've got another. We've got 2, I should read the instructions, damn. But what I'm going to do is just turn the camera off. I'm going to read the instructions because there's another washer in here. Which washer's which? And I'll just get the other one out ready and I'll come back in a second. Hold on. So one important point. There's this soft foamy type gasket that is sellotaped on top of the bottle when you get them. I haven't used that. With the spigots, it comes in a little bag, an instruction, and inside the little bag with the spigots is another polyurethane or PE gasket that's the same size as this, and the instructions say to use that PE gasket. I don't know what this gasket is for. If you ever just didn't have a spigot and just sealed these up, maybe that's why it comes with it. Don't know. So I've used the PE gasket with those, the harder one of the two. This one I've filled with water as a test. Done it up nice and tight. I don't think I'm getting any leaking. I'll test it with water first, overnight I think. Although I'll probably, if it holds the water, it holds one liquid, then it holds another, doesn't it? This is the maiden voyage. The maiden voyage of this test. Okay, so, oh, okay. That's interesting. Why is that not flowing? Why is that not flowing? Should really read the instructions, John. That red is to stop it. Why is that not flowing? Oh. Is it something to do with the fact there's no air? So if I undo the lid, yes. Oh, there we go. Whoa. I have nothing to declare but my genius. Some of you are thinking, yeah, obvious. Just takes me a few seconds longer to get there. So you don't want this done up tight. So that's interesting. So you just want that loose so that it can draw down. Now I'll probably have that, even that's too tight, isn't it? So you really want that undone all the way. Let's try that now. There we go. Right. Just going to tip this out. I'm back. I'm back. My devious mind is forming opinions on this thing all the time. So yeah, of course, so I'm looking at the pouring and I don't want any sort of like cack pouring where it goes everywhere. It doesn't, but obviously this is quite, you know, the other lances have got bigger necks on them now. I could use a funnel, but then I'm just thinking just put it over the top like that and you're away. So that is, I can't really fault that. It doesn't seem to want to drip, which is good. Is that fully turned off? Stay. Yes. You want this to be nice and loose, so you're not having to force the peg, which will, you know, if you're having to force the peg, then you might unloosen the main thread on the spigot and then get drips and stuff like that. Hold on a second. Just going to dry off around the spigot, a bit like when you're doing any plumbing on copper pipes and you're trying to see if you've got any leaks. You just dry it off, don't you? The DIY guys will know what I'm talking about. Right, let's see if we get any leakage. So, as I'm moving this as well, because it's not fixed to anything, it moves around, so I'd want to get a load of them in here or fix them all together so that it can't move so much. But it's okay, look, I can still open the spigot without it moving. Or maybe I can't. There we go. Oh, sugar. Idiot. That's the danger of these things. I'm just going to go and empty out again. Extra time. They've got lots of things here. So even when you're refilling it, the spigot doesn't like whack against the desk, which is good. So the design of this is quite clever. Appreciate good design. Right. Do not spill this. Oh, sugar. Sugar. It literally is made of sugar. Get it in there. Knock this over. It's going to be get the lid on, then you're safe. Get the lid on. Get the lid on. A little bit worried about having to leave the tops of them, unless I'm missing something here. This is very underexposed, but never mind. Let's crank up the exposure. Ooh, crank it up, there we go. Right, look at that. Nowhere for them for nice little labels, so I'm going to have to be careful. That's okay. Just got to leave that air there, haven't you? I love the way you've got a scale as well, so I can measure out. I know I'm at roughly, what am I doing there? 3. So each one of these is 250. So I know I'm at about 414,125. So I know I could measure out 125 mil quite easily. But I've got the scale on here as well. So if I wanted to do roughly 50-50, I'd do 300 of this to 300 of that. So I'm just going to have a little dry run. Let's bring it right in so you can see exactly what we do here, because some people will want to see this. They'll want to see this. Let's come back a little bit actually. Oh, what's going on there with that camera? Was it? That felt a bit horrible. Okay. Probably shouldn't piss around with the focus like that, should I? Okay. Yeah. Love it. Love it already. Love it already. Now that is elite. That is so elite. Just need to leave it for a few days to make sure it doesn't leak. The spigots don't drip. But they don't look like they're dripping. There's a little bit of wetness after you use them, but no drips. No leaks. These have to be good quality. These are lab. These are a lab company. They sent the catalogue with all the lab parts in it. So these should be really good. I'm going to go and order 6 more straight away. 30 quid each with the spigots. It's not cheap. You know, you can get them for like a tenner, but they're water carriers, the other ones. These are not water carriers. These are for storing chemicals in lab conditions, and they're German. So they're going to be good quality. And they look very good to me. So that's it, guys. I will stick a link in the description of where you can get them from. But these are absolutely top drawer, and they're going to save me so much space, because all my bulk chems like O and R, I can mix down to certain ready-to-go ratios, and they're going to save me time, you know, mixing my chemicals up and going and getting the tap and filling them up with the hose, or going inside with the sink. I'll just be able to fill everything out and go. And that's what it's all about, guys. I like to just wash my hair and go. I'm a detailer, not a movie star. I've been smoking today. That's it. I can't store the TARDIS in there, I don't think. You tell me about that, but the TARDIS is going to be too strong. It'll probably melt the plastic. So I can't store mineral spirits. I think fallout remover will be okay. Fallout remover. No, that's HDP, yeah. Fallout remover should be okay. APC should be okay. HDP, yeah. Citrus, I've got my citrus mixed out there. So all of those lovely chems that forever mixing out will be ready to go. I'll even have one for the Built Hamber QD, and I can mix it down 10 to 1 and just plough through it. Love it. Over and out, guys. Let me know. This could be huge. This could be huge. I might have a word with Imran. Might have a word with Imran, see if he wants to stock them, because people will want these. It's like this. It's like this, guys. When I busted my car because my snow foam lance tipped over and top heavy, I went searching for this product, and we found this Dr. Dirt, you know, somewhere out in Scandinavia, and we contacted them, and Imran got them in, and he sells loads of them because other people want them as well if they're existing lances. I know all the lances are going wide fill now, which is probably good, but this solved a problem for me. And if it solves a problem for me, then thousands of people tend to have the same problem. This is great as well. And these are high quality, and I'm pretty sure that there'll be hundreds, if not thousands of people in the UK that want these. I should set up a website and start selling all this stuff, and I'll be a millionaire by the time I'm I'll be dead the way I'm going. I've left it too late. But you could, if your finger's on the pulse and you go and explore all these things and go looking for solutions, you can make a lot of money. It's just, I don't think that's what I want to be doing at the moment, because you've got to deal with all the selling and buying and all that sort of stuff, and life's too short for that for me. But these are top drawer. Very impressed. Need to give them a little bit longer just to make sure, due diligence to make sure they don't go hideously wrong. Thanks for watching the Forensics Detailing channel. Put in the comments what you think about these. Are they too expensive? Would you have these? I think they're brilliant. I just think they're absolutely brilliant. It's the quality of them and the quality of the spigots. These are not Mickey Mouse spigots. These like hard plastic, you know. Yeah, top drawer. What do you think, guys? Would you have them? You obviously not even. I mean, if you've got a garage, obviously that's going to be the primary market for guys with the shelves to put them on in their garage. But even if you haven't got a garage and you've got them like in a little shed or something, whatever, even indoors, I think a lot of people might want these. They're just brilliant. So there we go. Thanks for watching. I'll see you soon on the Forensics Detailing channel. Something different, isn't it?
Holding on to what I knew, but the moment's gone. Where was I when